look at him. He fighting pay-per-view, knocking these dudes out. That don't take away the fact that I can beat this dude. It don't take away from the fact that this dude know he can't beat me. Send the contract over, or we send the contract to him. However it go, tell him to fight me. That dude get to feeling himself and feeling like he's something that he's not. And to the world, he look like a killer, but I can't wait. I'm going to expose him. I promise you, I'm going to expose him. I'll be the person that he going there, he not going to knock out. He not going to hurt. He got to go 12 rounds with somebody, and somebody going to be beating him. He ain't going to like that. That's with his heart. That shit going to with his head. Watch.
No thoughts. People can talk that type of there's no contract or something. I don't pay attention to that.
I answer that.
I gotta get you to answer this. What he said about you.
Yeah, he can't. My opinion. It's my opinion.
Listen, all that sounds good right now, but when the fight is made and the fight about to happen,
Tank is not playing this Murray Matt.
He know what time
that bell ring.
1 minute he on this side, 1 minute he here. So
when that bell ring, Tank ain't playing this Murray Matt. Punch.
Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford dismissed the notion that Shakur Stevenson could dictate terms or systematically dismantle Gervonta Davis. In their view, Davis operates on his own terms and refuses to be pulled into an opponent's strategy.
Does he really think he's not going to get touched?
Sound like it. If he don't get touched, I'll never ever train fighters again.
I ain't seen him fight nobody that was a killer already.
And everybody he fought touched him. Everybody he fought touched him.
Let's really look at when you talk about them guys. Who did they fight was that next to killer? You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
How many hired Bob Arm too? Because he's not gonna let that happen.
I just don't pay attention to them. When they start fighting, first, of course you're gonna want to fight Tank. They know Tank is the best right now. They know him. But goddamn, fight somebody that's up under him.
Belief, however, introduces a different concern. Calvin Ford questions whether a matchup with Stevenson delivers the kind of action fans expect. While he acknowledges Stevenson's technical superiority, he anticipates a controlled tempo with limited exchanges, potentially reducing the fight's entertainment value.
Shakur, he's the better boxer. That's why I always make this. He would make the fight boring just to win.
Right. Yeah, I think you would too.
Dude, I want to put Youngin in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't make sense. Because fans come to see what? A fight. Let's go look at Shakur's last fight.
Offering a contrasting perspective, Oscar De La Hoya describes Davis as a relentless, top-tier competitor shaped by discipline and rigorous preparation. He emphasizes that Davis consistently enters bouts in peak form, making him a constant and serious threat.
Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
This is where the matchup becomes more complex. Roy Jones Jr. highlights Davis's mobility and ring IQ as major dangers, yet expects Stevenson to dictate range and tempo. He predicts Davis will take calculated risks to close distance, creating a volatile and uncertain contest.
For Stevenson to beat Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson going to be a problem for anybody because of that back foot game. He has an awesome back foot game. And when you got a good back foot game like that and you understand boxing like he understands it, he's going to make it rough for anybody. But, Tank is a different animal too. So, it's a great fight. That's why everybody want to see it. We can't just look at it and say, oh, he's going to win, or he's going to win. No. We already know that Shakur going to stay back. Tank going to gamble some to do what he wants. And that's going to make it big.
Think Gervonta Davis can knock him out?
Maybe.
That contrast underscores the core challenge of this fight. Teddy Atlas views Stevenson as an expert in distance management, using precise footwork and timing to remain just outside danger while landing accurate shots. He questions whether that approach can withstand Davis's relentless pressure, body attacks, and ability to cut off the ring to gradually erode movement.
Do his thing. Control range. You come in 6 inches, he goes back 8.5, and he counters, and he controls space in that ring. And he's a ghost. He's a ghost in that ring. He fights that style. He's that pitcher I talk about on the baseball diamond that disarms you, that takes the bat out of your hands, that hits corners, mixes up the speeds. Just doesn't allow you, keeps you off balance. Doesn't allow you to get a good swing at him. Could he do that with Tank Davis, who's patient, who's deliberate, who knows how to hunt you down, Who knows how to shrink a ring? Who knows how to properly apply pressure without leaving himself wide open? Who knows how to use a jab to get it? Who knows how to go to the body to take some of the legs away, take some of the air out of the tires? That's the fight I would like to see.
This dynamic only heightens the intrigue. Greg Hackett sees the bout as a high-level clash between elite fighters with opposing strengths, one carrying knockout power, the other relying on precision and timing, resulting in a well-balanced and compelling matchup.
It's a great fight. It's definitely a great fight. Two skilled fighters. One has great power, one has great accuracy, great timing. It's a great fight. I hope it can happen.
Narrative shifts when experience enters the discussion. Terrence Crawford regards Stevenson as a disciplined, highly skilled operator built on defense and control. He believes Davis will struggle to land cleanly, as Stevenson minimizes openings and forces opponents into missed attempts.
Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, three-weight world champion.
Breaking down the fight further, Roy Jones Jr. leans slightly towards Stevenson, citing his consistent discipline both inside and outside the ring. He believes that reliability gives Stevenson an edge, although Davis's unique danger keeps the outcome far from certain.
Shakur wins it because of his discipline, because he showed against Teofimo that he can stay very disciplined all night. And he's the type of guy, he don't really do a lot of crazy stuff in his life normally, so it's like discipline is a thing that is not only exercised inside the ring, it's exercised also outside the ring. And as we see, sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline, but we have never seen Shakur have problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get it twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intangibles.
The analysis takes another turn with Terrence Crawford, who acknowledges Davis's punching ability and threat level, but still favors Stevenson. He believes Stevenson's defensive structure can neutralize those decisive shots, pushing Davis into unfamiliar territory.
Tank is great for what he do, and I respect Tank in the ring and his skills and his power and his attribute and he's smart.
Yeah.
He's definitely smart. He can box his ass off. And I'm not saying I would pick Shakur just because our differences. I'm telling you as a fighter,
yeah,
I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight.
This is why the matchup feels unavoidable. Eddie Hearn has long supported Stevenson's chances against Davis, expressing confidence in his ability at the highest level. He views it as a prime clash between two elite fighters at their peak, one that needs to happen.
I think Shakur can beat Tank. We've known it for ages. Like, I have so much confidence of Shakur Stevenson beating Gervonta Davis. But they're two of the best lightweights in the world. They're two of the best fighters in America. It's a natural fight to make.
The discussion then becomes more tactical. Mike Tyson envisions a highly strategic encounter that demands sustained pressure. He warns that giving Stevenson space or hesitating to engage could result in being gradually broken down.
Shakur and Tank, oh God, I don't even, it's gonna be interesting because if Shakur handles this guy like he did Lopez, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say hell with Shakur, man. If he just handles this guy like he's gonna say hell with him.
No, Mike,
somebody gotta give him a fight though, but you gotta be very sophisticated to know how to fight. This is when I know you lost against Shakur. This is when I know you lost. You see when he does his stuff? Once you start doing this stuff and looking at him, oh, it's over. You got constant action, constant motion again. You gotta be on him constantly. Once you start looking at him and doing that, he ain't that. He's gonna pick you apart.
At the same time, another strength comes into focus. Oscar De La Hoya points to Davis's rare combination of skill and willingness to engage. He sees Davis embrace risks, trusting his adaptability to turn dangerous exchanges into controlled dominance.
Like I said, is very skillful. He's a beast. He knows how to figure you out. But one thing about Tank, which I love, and this is why he's gonna be great, because he fights. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit and you might get knocked out. But that's the beauty about Tank.
That's why
he
they love
fights, and that's why they love him. That's a perfect example.
Right.
Tank Davis is a star.
Mike Tyson offers another perspective, describing Davis as exceptionally dangerous when fully focused, possessing an intensity few can match. While he acknowledges Stevenson's technical ability, he believes Davis's raw aggression could prove decisive.
He's not, when you put heat on him, he's so damn defensive that he don't throw punches. There's nothing in return. So you're able to mount an attack on him and let your hands go, and you're not going to receive any counter punches coming back. You know, I think Tank sees that. I think Tank knows that. So as long as those counters don't come, Tank's gonna be in there. You know, as long as he's not willing to risk getting caught, Tank's gonna be in the fight.
The stakes extend beyond the ring itself. Stevenson, speaking as one of the division's leading figures, insists that a fight with Davis is unavoidable. He argues that when two elite fighters sit at the top, avoiding each other is not an option unless one declines.
He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. You know, especially when he's serious about it. You know, I don't know if he's as serious as he used to be. But when he was serious, he was a hell of a fighter. Nobody came close. He's the only one I gave a chance against Shakur and that guy, Keyshawn Davis. They're scary fighters too, because they're sophisticated. The other guy's sophisticated than me, but Tank is just a force of nature. You know, you just gotta give him the credit. You know, even though he's talking and stuff, he's a fucking man.
That sentiment adds further tension. Davis downplays Stevenson as his toughest test, questioning his overall effectiveness despite the height. He argues that Stevenson relies heavily on movement without posing a significant offensive threat, which could allow him to control exchanges without being forced backward.
It's kind of bigger than boxing, I guess you say, because of like the history and like everything that went on. I didn't even speak on it just because of the fact that we got to fight. So at the end of the day,
you feel that's gonna happen?
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm the best, he the best. So when you got two guys that's the best, how can you not fight? Only way you not fight if one of them guys ain't like that and somebody go off to lose or somebody take an L. But I think like with both of us, we both fighters that's really good fighters and on that
viewpoint is met with resistance. Sean Porter believes Stevenson's defensive approach forces a completely different kind of fight for Davis. He argues that power alone won't be enough, turning the contest into a calculated, slower-paced battle where every mistake carries serious consequences.